Hey everybody, this is the Crouch Jump Podcast. Today we're actually, this is Rob by the way, not Jaden. Today we're actually without Jaden. He's got some other things to take care of and doesn't have time to do the podcast this week. So I'm doing it by myself. No, I'm just kidding. We have Jesse
Hey.
and Mike.
Hey.
There we go. All right, this is our crew. No Jaden, and since there's no Jaden, there's also no structure. We're kind of winging this a little bit. I mean, I have kind of some things in place with some new stuff, but not to the extent that Jaden usually sets everything up. So you're gonna have to deal with my unscheduled, uncoordinated podcasting skills.
Unprofessionalism.
All right, that's enough, buddy. Uh, um, so I guess we'll start off with what's going on with the channel. So we got more D&D. We're still recording D&D stuff. Where I'm gonna have videos coming out every Sunday, and then depending on when the podcast comes out, how I do the video game videos is just the day after the podcast because the podcast tends to be kind of fluid whenever it comes out. So that could be, any time really. So, in terms of video game videos, we actually haven't really. I mean, we recorded some I was gonna say top golf, but golf with your friends. So I'm gonna make a video out of that. We had a lot of fun playing that, and I actually wouldn't mind doing some more videos of that. But aside from that, we really haven't recorded much in terms of video games. But that's kind of what's going on with the channel. Nothing really extraordinarily new. But now we'll move on from that to talking about what we're playing. And so I'll go ahead and we'll start with Jesse. Jesse, what are you doing?
You guys always start with me. I'm actually playing Modern Warfare, and I'm actually enjoying it.
So is it good? I've heard the biggest thing I've heard about it is that the graphics look insane.
Well, I kind of have a potato of a computer, so.
Oh.
My biggest complaint right now is that the game just isn't stable, and so I have to keep it pretty low settings for some reason before it'll crash. And it's not my computer because there are people who have like
the same specs,
like ballin specs, and it's doing the same thing on them. So right now the game is just a little unstable. It's not very well optimized, but I know a lot of people are complaining about camping, but camping has always been in Call of Duty, and at least
yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
I feel like camping is going to be in any first-person shooter you play. You know what I mean? That's like a tactic that's not going to go away.
Yeah, but like especially in Call of Duty, if you can't handle camping and quick scoping, then just don't play Call of Duty. Like if you don't like it, just don't play Call of Duty.
Well, I think one good thing about this one is they don't have noob tubing like the old Modern Warfares did. So.
What? No noob tubing? All right.
Noob tubing.
Hey,
Yeah,
Joey,
no
you better
noob
sell
tubing.
the game.
Yeah,
It's fun,
like
man. I love noob tubing. All those elements that people complain about with Call of Duty are like all things that like endeared it to me from time to time. And even though I would complain about it too, I feel like being a hyper complainer is just part of also being a Call of Duty fan. So
Yeah.
Being a whining, just being a whiner.
yeah, pretty
Like
much.
I said, I haven't really. I can't really, I don't experience the same problems that a lot of people are complaining about. So.
Potato, and it still runs it enough to where you can actually play it decently.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like
wow,
right
alright.
now, I'm getting. I have it. Like I said, I have it set pretty low, but I'm getting about anywhere from about 150 to 200 frames. So.
Well, just for reference too, though, as I think you guys both have like the same PCs.
Yeah, I think I have more than he does, but.
You probably do. I haven't upgraded this thing in years.
Yeah, you're also running a potato. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah, I've been saying I'm gonna build a new PC for how long?
A little while
A
now.
long time, yeah. And guess how long? Guess how long that Newegg cart has been full and never activated. Long enough to the point where I need to go and delete everything out of it because it's old hardware now.
Do you know what I actually recommend
What's
for you
that?
is to use is a PC part picker. They're
I
like
do.
legitimately the. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I use that. Yeah. That's what I'm
They're
saying.
legit.
But the new egg basket I built years ago, whatever, is no longer relevant. So I've been using part picker. I built like 3 or 4 different models, and I just haven't built any of them yet.
It's because you're afraid to pull the trigger, man.
I know, dude. I'm gonna break one of those
All
little
that money
pieces.
spending. I told you not to spend 4 grand on a PC.
Dude, my current build is under 2K, so that's not too bad.
I think that's like for someone who like reasonably wants to build a very high end PC. Like if you go over 2 grand, then you're just kind of like willy nilly with your money. I think at that point you're either like rich out your ass or you really have no sense of cost
Or,
versus efficiency.
I mean, or to play devil's advocate, you might just budget really well, and you set aside enough money to build like the one thing that you're want to. People put like a crap ton of money into their cars and stuff. They go buy like a brand new Civic and put like $5,000 rims on it and shit. I think that's
I,
a waste of money, but if that's what you want.
yeah, well, whatever.
I'm right, you're wrong. Delete that
that's where I'm
segment.
at right now, Mike.
Wait, you just bought a new Civic and you're putting rims on it?
Fucking asshole. No,
I'm just saying
I did.
difference of
I spent a lot
opinion.
of money on mine.
Oh, did you?
I think so. What's funny is I was gonna do a water cooler build or whatever. I know I just messed it up. Someone's gonna crucify me, but uh, and then I was gonna do that, and then it ended up being way too expensive because I ended up spending like a bunch of money just putting lights in my computer, and I was like, let's not
How
do
much
water
more was
cooling.
it to have it water cooled?
Oh, I can't remember now, but it had probably a good extra $300 to $400.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not cheap to do water cooling. It really is not.
Cool beans.
Um, on top of that, I probably didn't need to water cool since I have a 2070 or 2060 rather. But Jesse, you playing anything else?
Um, honestly, I haven't been playing a whole lot of anything, but for
No,
right
no
now, really
Spyro.
just no, just COD mostly.
Sick. Good man.
What about you, Mike?
Um. I have this app on my phone. Hold on. What's it called? I don't even really know what it's called. I just pull it up and I play it. It's called Gardenscapes. One of my little brothers told me about this game. He was 8, and it's kind of basically a Candy Crush, and a Candy Crush variant. And the more levels you crush, the more stars you collect, and you can rebuild this old home by paying for it with stars. And it's pretty addictive. I play that quite a bit.
I
Um,
see ads for that game all of the time.
oh, dude, it's so worth it. It's so
Is that
addictive.
Pet Fiend? Is that Best Fiend?
Wait, what? No, it's just called
That,
Gardenscapes.
oh. Well, I was just saying that because I see it like on the radio all the time for a game called Best Fiends.
Oh,
It's supposed to be like best friends, but best
Mm.
fiends.
oh no, I never heard of that one. This one's super fun though, and you never get so stuck. That, like, I mean, I'm on like almost level 200 or whatever, and I'll never ever put a dime into like these apps, and so they do a really good job of making them challenging, but not like to the point where you're pulling your hair out, and you ever feel compelled to like whip your wallet out, and be like, I could drop $5 on a power up. You'll never do that. So, and then, as far as Call of Duty goes, I should be playing that World War II one pretty soon. I think. It was gifted to me by a mysterious stranger, so I just got to install it now that I have room for it on my computer. You
No
want to
one's
talk?
gonna
You want
be
to talk about a
playing it.
potato? I only had like 90 gigs of space left, and well, I don't even think that was enough to install the multiplayer. So.
You know, if you start playing that, I'll play it with you too.
Oh, for real?
'Cause I've
Okay.
got it installed.
On PC? Oh, sick.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. I'll install it. I think I have enough space now. I can install this week. Oh, I installed State of Decay 2. That's why.
Oh, nice.
Huh.
So you've been playing a phone game pretty much. That's
Yeah,
it.
I've been playing. Well, here's the thing. I'm always playing Overwatch or whatever. So, I mean, it's like gonna be so redundant for me to just give that update all the time now. Like, just assume that I'm always playing Overwatch. And if you guys want to ask me what's going on in the Overwatch world, I can tell you. But I mean, it's pretty well trod territory at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
No, I mean exactly.
yeah,
There's
there's
really not much going on right now.
exactly, and I mean, like the new comp season started, which is cool. But it's not like there's new heroes out. So yeah, no real updates there. I'm trying really hard to get back into Outer Wilds, and I want to start playing that again.
The Outer Rim.
What? No, Outer Rim.
Outer Worlds, rather.
Oh yeah. Outer Worlds. Yep. Speaking of
The
which,
Outer something.
Outer something. Rob, where are you at in Outer Worlds?
I got a little bit further. I played probably like an hour into it, like sometime last weekend. So,
Oh, okay.
but I need to get off that space station because it's killing me. It's like bringing my vibes down. Once I get on a planet and
Yeah.
the world opens back up, I think it'll catch my interest and I'll be back into it. But this space station's just like killing my vibes.
I totally feel you about that space station, man. It's kind of like it's a little bit like linear, I guess is the best way to describe it, and pretty repetitive.
It's just kind of uninteresting. Like
Yeah. There's nothing super compelling. There's nothing that makes you want to stay on the space station. You know what I mean?
right. It's just there because you're like, oh, you're in space. You gotta have a space station.
Right, right. I'll say this: the first planet or the first logical planet that you go to after the space station is pretty dope. So
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Cool beans. I'm excited.
Yeah, homie.
But speaking of that, so I played like an hour of Outer Worlds. The game I've been playing a lot of is Pokemon. So
What is that?
like the Pokemon Sword and Shield just came out for the Switch, and it's the next gen like mainline Pokemon game,
Okay.
and and this time it's gone like even more in the realms of for lack of a better term, like 3D gameplay. So it kind of does more to make you feel like you're in this big world. Now, the game itself has been a blast, and it's part of it's because I've been playing with my family, and my brother and his friends and my cousin, and we all been playing together. So that kind of like just heightens how much fun it is.
Right, right.
Because we've been doing like raids and stuff. So we all been playing together. But there's some pretty bad things about it. Like one, all these new Pokemon, they look horrible. Like one of the things that was good about the original is that the Pokemon actually looked like cool new animals. You know what I mean? And even some of them, like Blastoise, who had freaking cannons coming out of his turtle shell, it still kind of looked cool. It kind of looked normal. Like for the most part, all the Pokemon just kind of looked like newly designed animals with a cartoony look. It was cool. Now the Pokemon they just said fuck it to any type of design. Like they're either just bland, boring, they're humanoid. They just don't look. They look like something out of a Pixar movie, not like an animal you would see like out in the wild. And they're just ugly. They're ugly to look at. I hate them. So most of my party's actually just like Gym 1 or 2 Pokemon because
Are the
they're
new
the only ones
Pokemon created
worth it.
specifically for this new game, or are they like?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
And I haven't played. I mean, I've skipped like a gen or two since last time I played. So there's probably new Pokemon from that too that I'm probably mixing in with a bunch. But I hate all the starters. I think they all look horrible, which is a first. I loved all the starters in the previous games.
Yeah.
There's a ton of dialogue that just goes nowhere. The story's crap. There is no story.
Yeah.
The dialogue is just useless filler dialogue, and it's just a ton of it. The game is short. You'll get through the game quicker than any of the other Pokemon games.
The game is short.
Yeah, for a Pokemon game. So yeah, it's got its downfalls, but it's been enjoyable. I have definitely feel like I've got my money's worth, um, and I'm enjoying the game. I'm still playing through it. So, but it does have some serious flaws that I feel like other Pokemon games didn't have. Where in terms of like new Pokemon suck, the new old Pokemon games used to like some of them had good stories with good dialogue, so with good characters, and now they don't have that. The world doesn't feel as large. I do like the multiplayer aspect stuff that they've added. It's a lot easier to play online with people to do
Yeah.
co-op stuff. So it's just been it's I've had a positive interaction with it, but it might also be partially because I'm playing with people. So
How many people are you playing with? Just your brother, or?
my brother, my cousin, and two of
Oh,
his
sick.
friends.
Okay. How big
Well,
can your party be?
one of his friends. What do you mean?
Like, how many people can you play with? Like, do you play all at the same time, or is it?
Three other people. You can do 2v2 battles, or you can have all four of you up against like a gigantic Pokemon thing
Oh, okay.
as a raid. And you get some really cool items from that. So,
Nice.
But overall, yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yo,
You know,
go
what?
ahead. No, go ahead. I want you to finish up your thought. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's basically it with Pokemon. But
Anybody playing
otherwise
that
than
new
that,
Star Wars game or nah?
dude, I've like this past week, all of a sudden been on a Star Wars kick because of the
Mm,
Mandalorian, and I've been
yeah.
watching Star Wars Rebels, and now I'm like Jones in the play Star Wars Fallen Jedi or Order or whatever the heck it is.
Looks tight
Like,
as hell.
I want to freaking play it. What's that?
Yeah, it looks so tight, dude.
Dude, it looks so freaking cool. And
How was the Mandalorian? Can we talk about that for a second?
yeah,
Oh,
sure.
so good.
It's you seen the first two episodes, Jesse?
Yeah, I have. I love it. Like, I think it's cool that they go into the lore of the bounty hunters.
Well, the Mandalorians.
Well, Mandalorians are bounty hunters.
No, they aren't.
Yeah, they are.
No, they aren't.
Yeah, they are.
Mandalorians are no, they're not. The Mandalorians are a warrior race, like they're a warrior tribe. They just like to conquer and shit. They're that type of people, and
Same difference.
no, they never did bounty hunting. Well, I shouldn't say they never did it, but they weren't a bounty hunting people. They just had their own culture and stuff like that. The Mandalorian, he's specifically a bounty hunter. You know, Boba Fett and Jango Fett weren't Mandalorians. Well, I don't know if Jango Fett. I don't think Jango Fett was, but I know Boba Fett's not a Mandalorian.
Boba
He
Fett.
just wore. He just copied the armor that his
It's
father wore.
Poppy. Yeah. That's a
Um,
good
I
point.
think I think Django was.
I'm gonna look this up.
Wait, if Django wasn't, what was he?
Fett a Mandalorian. I might be wrong about this. I could be talking out of my ass
Hey,
now.
wait. Wasn't the whole?
Yeah, you're right. I'm fucked up. I'm fucking
I was gonna
retarded.
say Django
Jango
has to
Fett
be,
was a
right?
renowned Mandalorian bounty
Yeah.
hunter, assassin, mercenary, and the father of Boba Fett, genetic clone of him. All right, yeah. So I'm wrong. I will gladly say I am wrong. I don't know what put that thought in my head, but apparently it was the wrong one.
You're
Um,
stupid.
and I guess in that sense, Boba Fett was also a Mandalorian because he was raised by a Mandalorian. So
Does it count if you're a clone or nah? Like a genetic, like, yeah, I guess kind of right. If you're a clone, you are still that thing. If I
I
clone,
mean, yeah, I guess so to a certain extent. That means all of the clone are all the clones were Mandalorians in a sense. Um, but anyway, so yeah, but to back to my original point though, they're not all Mandalorians are bounty hunters.
gotcha.
Um, but uh, no, yeah. So the Mandalorian is super cool. It does go into depth of Mandalorian culture. Um, kind of opens up, a window into aspect of that. So you learn a lot, and it feels like Star Wars. It feels like the original trilogy has that kind of vibe to it. So,
Dope.
but all right. Let's get on to news. Let's get on to the news. This is the big one. I don't know if you heard about this, Mike,
Yo.
but they announced a new Half-Life game.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah,
I
they
didn't hear
announced
about
a
that.
new
Who,
Half-Life
who
game.
announced it?
Valve.
Really?
It's but there's a twist. It's a VR game.
It's a twist. Oh, really?
But it's a flagship VR game because they're coming out with their own like VR goggles or something like that, and this is going to be their flagship game. It's called Half-Life Alyx. So I believe you play as Alex. I don't know all the details yet because they're going to release all the details tomorrow at 10 a.m. But they're making a big deal out of it. So
Gotcha. That sounds sick.
uh,
I love Half-Life.
but people are excited because it's the first Half-Life we've seen in like 20 years or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I've
Uh,
got a unique opinion where I think Half-Life is one of the best games ever made. So
I-
I'm excited about this.
So unique. Half-Life 2. Are you saying Half-Life or Half-Life 2?
Both of them. I actually like Half-Life 1 more than Half-Life 2. Just
I'm-
because like I grew up playing it and it was just so fun for me.
I've never beat it. Never beat
The
Half-Life.
first one? Are you serious?
I got maybe probably like 20% through it and I
Oh.
stopped for some reason. But Half-Life 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. Like I've beaten that game like a bajillion times.
For sure. I mean, it's still amazing, but Half-Life 1 has tons of nostalgia factor for me. Yeah.
So that's gonna be cool. Um, I would talk about it more, but I don't think there's much more information right now until tomorrow. Um, Oh, I think we did talk about. I can't remember if last week if we talked about um,
Huh.
Microsoft's like little press conference that revealed all these new Xbox Game Pass games. We did talk about that. Okay, so that stuff was revealed. Um, Creator of EverQuest died. Oh well. Um, I'm going through this list of stories. I don't have a bunch of stuff lined up just like Jaden does, audience. So I'm kind of just going down this list looking for interesting stories, the top stories of the
Yeah,
past week.
yeah. What you seeing?
Um, everything about the Game Pass stuff. I'm pretty sure we talked about everything Game Pass last week, so I don't want to go over that stuff again. Um, has there really not been that much stuff? Jeez Louise, there's like nothing really that interesting on this list. I'm really messing this up right now.
Anybody out there playing Pumpkin Days, or just me?
BioWare is planning, yeah, Pumpkin Days. BioWare is planning a complete overhaul for Anthem, so
Oh,
I guess
that's
they
that.
want to
That's
try
that
to
game that
clean that up.
nobody liked, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they can. I mean, I've seen people have done it before. Like Final Fantasy 11 or not 11, Final Fantasy 14 did that where it came out and everyone hated it, and then they just like spent a year reworking it, and then essentially re-released the game as like version 2, and then now it's like it's bigger than WoW at this point, I think. So, it's possible. I mean, granted, Final Fantasy kind of has the name brand behind it, but
Yeah.
it's possible to rebrand. I mean, the Calling failed at rebranding, but it's
Oh
possible.
yeah. Calling 2 didn't really get that hype that the first one had, did it?
No.
Did you
Calling 2 failed, and then they rebranded Calling 1 and re-released it. Um,
did you put a lot of time into Calling 2 or no? I know I didn't.
I didn't even touch it. I think it was out for like a week before they pulled it. Google Stadia, people are giving Google Stadia a lot of crap right now. They're saying the technology like is actually not horrible, but its execution has been really poor. As in the like you're streaming a game that's like 1080p, right? But the settings are on like low to medium. You're like, well,
Yeah.
why am I paying for a service that's just gonna stream me like the shitty version? And like if you try to stream it in 4K, it's just upscaled 1080p like medium settings. Like it's just really poorly done.
I never heard of that.
Google Stadia.
Nah, it wasn't.
It's Google's attempt to like kind of break into the gaming market where it's all about streaming PC games so that you can play it anywhere you want. You can play it off your phone or whatever, and just kind of pull out your controller and play Call of Duty on your phone or whatever, just because it's being streamed and your phone's
It's kind of
actually
like
not.
Project X Cloud.
Well, I don't think Mike knows what that is
What's
either.
that?
It's kind of like Google Stadia.
Okay, explain to me Google Stadia. No,
Well,
that's cool,
I mean,
man.
Project xCloud sounds like it could be something because it's building off of Xbox, so it's not like it's like Stadia. Stadia's that's purely all it is. XCloud's just an extension of the Xbox brand, you know.
Well, I don't know if I told y'all about it, but what little I played on X Cloud was unplayable. Input
Oof.
lag was awful.
Well, you also live out in the boonies, and your internet probably sucks something major.
Uh, I
The
mean,
boonies. What state is that in?
I get anywhere from about 40 to 50 megabits per second download.
That's jump change, buddy. Hey, someone pick up your phone. Hello, how are
Hello.
you?
How did you hear that? You in my house? Get out of my house!
I'm under your bed.
I'm supposed to be alone. You're under my bed. You're not even in my bedroom. How did you fit?
Well, how did that fit?
That's what I want. I don't care how you got here.
Yeah, exactly. If you're here, cool. Come out and have a beer with me. Like.
Yeah, bro. I got four of your favorite beers left in the fridge.
Yeah, Stella. Hey, are you drinking them right now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So am
That's
I.
sick. I'm only two in because I got to go all the way back downstairs to go get the other one.
When you say two in, are you on your second or on your third?
Oh, I'm on my third.
Okay, I'm on my second, so
Okay.
you're going quicker than me.
But I just started it, so.
Okay, I forgive you then.
I forgot we have to be perfectly aligned.
Oh man, I really want that. So right now this is crazy.
You guys keep
This is one
chit
of the few
chatting. I'm
times.
here, but I'm muted for a second because I don't want
Well,
you
I'm
to hear me.
I'm about to talk about something. Okay, anyway, so Death Stranding. I want Death Stranding and Jedi Fallen Order, right? But you know what else is coming to PC? Freaking Dragon Quest Builders 2. It's finally heading to PC.
Is it really?
Yes, sir. So I don't know about you, but I think the game actually looks pretty rad. So might
I've
be worth
seen
picking up.
a couple reviews on it. It does seem really interesting,
Might be one that you might be interested in looking at.
but I doubt it.
Rob, when are you playing Death Stranding?
Well, once I figure out my living situation
Oh, fair
and
enough.
my school stuff like passes, then I'll probably end up
Yeah. Because that's like a game you probably want to immerse yourself in, right? You don't want to just
yeah.
tick away at it like 30 minutes at a time and stuff. That'd be kind of be a bummer.
Yeah, no, exactly. And so what I think I'm gonna do is when I finally get my living situation sorted out, whether in January or the next month, and I have a living room, I'm gonna buy it for PS4, put up my surround sound, sit on my couch, and just start chipping away at it. But Shenmue 3 came out and its reviews are out. So I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Shenmue 1 or 2.
Is it like what's that like
It's not
Shim
SeaWorld.
like
It's
the
not a zoo
Killer Whale?
tycoon.
It's not a tycoon. Oh, okay.
No. It's
Huh.
you know what it is, right?
No, oh Jesse.
Jesse?
What, Shenmue?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Shamu. S-H-A-M-U. Shamu. Oh, Shenmue is clearly a Japanese game or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, Japanese. That's so clearly Japanese.
Yeah, I
Uh,
actually own Shenmue's 1 and 2 on PC.
well, I want to, but did you play them?
Is it like Dynasty Warriors?
No.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
It's kind of, it's like a,
Is it
I'm not
like
even,
Yakuza?
it's has more in common with Yakuza than the Warriors games.
The war.
Well, there's Dynasty Warriors. There's all the spin-offs that carry the Warrior name. There's the other one that's equivalent to Dynasty Warriors. What's it called? I can't remember.
I don't know.
But anyways, no, it's kind of like a mix between like fighting, slice of life. You're like dating. You're doing
Slice of
it's like
life.
this weird game. But it came out in the era of like PS2 and Dreamcast. I think it was a Dreamcast game originally, and it just had this huge following because what it did was just very unique and had this feel and it was really cool. And it's been like 20 years or something like that, and they finally like crowdsourced it, and the original creator made it, and the reviews are getting like sevens kind of across the board, 3 out of 5s. But basically, what they say is it feels like more Shenmue, but Shenmue is dated, so it kind of while it's more Shenmue, so if you really like it, it's really good. At the same time, since it's more Shenmue, it also still feels really dated in terms of gameplay mechanics and things like that. So double-edged sword.
I guess I don't really have a lot to say about it because I still don't know what Shamu is, but that sounds cool. I'm gonna buy it. I don't know what console is it on.
I think everything. Oh no, PC and PS4.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know how much more news there is besides that stuff right now. We might have to go on to new game releases.
What happened to Soldier Boy's game thing?
Oh, he probably got sued or had to drop it because he was blatantly like copying Mario and shit. I think.
I feel like we would have heard something about it. I
I
don't
guess
know.
you could say Soldier Boy got told.
He got Superman because he's a hoe. Wait, what? I tried to mix his lyrics together and it didn't work out.
No, those are the lyrics from the song.
Thanks,
That's
Mike.
how. No, I'm telling you, you nailed it.
Oh,
That was
okay,
a
thank
perfect
you.
pun.
It was perfect. I thought so too. I just needed some recognition.
Yeah, you crushed it, bro.
Oh, One Punch Man game. Anyways,
Oh
so
yeah. Hey, when is
I'm a,
that Attack on Titan game ever gonna drop below $60? It's been out for 1,000 years now, and they're still like,
never.
oh, we can squeeze $60 out of this thing. Like, dude, I'll pick it up when it's 20, but like, 'cause it looks like fun, but it doesn't look great. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they gotta know how much
Uh,
they're worth, dude.
yeah, no, They look like fun though.
They look
I've
like
heard they are fun. The gameplay's kind of
yeah,
repetitive,
they
but
just look satisfying in the way like Spider-Man looks satisfying. Like yeah, I kind of just
yeah.
want to float around. You know what I mean? And like I just kind of just want to swing around. I
No,
feel
I
like I'm not
completely
asking
agree
for
with
a
you.
lot. Like
So
I
I'm gonna go ahead. Sorry.
like I'd pay that for the newest Spider-Man that came out or whatever, just because the level of immersion in that is ridiculous. But not for this Attack on Titan game. But I really want
So
to play it.
yeah, no, it looks cool. I'm gonna move on to new game releases. So what I see here is Kingdom Under Fire 2, which I'm actually not super familiar with the first one, but this looks like a straight up kind of like Warriors-esque game. Um, I don't know if you guys know anything about Kingdom Under Fire because I don't.
Nope, never heard of that.
Yeah, me
So it looks
neither.
like a giant war game like Warriors-esque. Next we got
Dinosaur
well
Wars?
Football Manager 2020, which I don't. It's whatever, but
I never
a lot of
played that.
people really like it, so I figured I'd mention it. Um, Look at this list. Bunch of
Are you
Stadia
playing
stuff.
any of
Ugh.
the new Maddens or no?
Nah, I didn't play it at all. I didn't pick it up.
Because I know you were really into those the what do you call it, the league building ones.
Yeah, there's giant time sinks, and I just don't have the time or money right now. They're big money sinks too.
Oh, true.
Maybe when I'm rich. But Shenmue 3, which we just talked about, that's coming out for PC, PS4. A Narcos game. What the fudge is that? Okay. Children of Morta for Nintendo Switch. What the heck is that? Is this like a Children of Mana type game? Dungeon crawler featuring the Bergson family, who are charged with guarding the sacred Mount Morda.
When are they gonna make a sequel to Bully? That's what I want to know.
I've heard some stuff about that, and it sounds like they kind of, it's been in development, but it just kind of like they scrap concepts and it just doesn't get created.
Well, what they should make him they should make him mature, and he's like all like PC and he's nice now. Instead of bully, they'd call it nice guy. And
Nice guy, yeah.
you just run around giving people compliments and like correctly gendering people. I think that'd be beautiful.
Sounds like a perfect world.
Yeah, sounds great. And you can't lose. You can only win.
Oh, I got a new game for you, dude.
What's that?
Farmers Dynasty.
Oh, that sounds sick. Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Yeah, go look it up because I don't know anything about it. It's probably like a farming sim or something.
I thought
Yeah,
you
yeah,
were gonna
yeah.
say farmers only.
FarmersOnly.com.
Farmers Dynasty.
Hey, on the front of this, the little kid kind of looks like Timon.
Ah, Farmers Dynasty. This game looks awesome, dude.
Yeah. Do you see the PC cover?
Oh, I'm looking.
For some reason, I just like I don't know. The kid just reminds me of Timon.
I can see that. That's fun.
But
Awesome.
there's not really a whole lot of new releases this week. It's pretty calm. I mean,
Farmer
looks like
Dynasty,
Civ
dude.
6.
This looks like the shit, man.
What is it?
The Farming Dynasty. That game looks awesome. It
You
looks
think
like
so?
the tits, dude. Yeah, this looks satisfying. I play the heck out of that game, bro.
What does it look like? What's the gameplay?
I mean, just the screenshots I'm looking at. I like the graphics. I like the colors. The colors they use are very like warm and like pleasant to look at. The shadowing is nice. I'm not watching. I'm just looking at screenshots right now, but it just looks like something I would enjoy. It just looks pleasing to the eyes. I feel like I put on like John Denver and just kind of chill out and listen and like play it. I wouldn't pay too much attention to what I was doing. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. Sometimes
Like
those
I'd make
games
a
are
bomb
needed,
ass
man.
farm, but like I wouldn't have to be like stressed or anything.
So next we got Civ 6 coming out for PS4 and
Alright.
Xbox One. So I think it has already been out. I mean, obviously it's been on PC for a while. I think it's been out on Switch for a little while now as well. So it's finally getting PlayStation 4 and Xbox One releases. Better
Yeah,
pick it up.
it's been out on PC for a really long time.
I'm waiting for Humankind because that's gonna, I think, blow this stuff out of the water.
That's the one you've
Cross
been
my
telling me
fingers.
about. I'm pretty jazzed up about that.
I'm excited. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts. So next Sniper Ghost Warrior game. This is coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And I've actually heard a little bit of buzz about it. Um, so if you like those kind of games, I guess that's up your alley. You might pick it up.
I never
Um,
played any of them. I don't know.
yeah, me neither. I didn't play any of them. That's really, I mean, that's really all that looks interesting here. Nothing really standing out. I think that there's a game called Alpha Man right here coming out for PC that looks like Mega Man. The hell is this? Whoa, it's like a 6-bit Mega Man. Like this is really, yeah. Literally the bosses are Usher Bot, Fire Bot, Maid Bot, and Chef Bot. This is straight up just like a Mega Man knockoff. Even like the character, he's like the way he's standing, you could tell that they're just
It
like a
sounds kind
parody.
of endearingly simplistic. I like that.
That's funny. That's cool. I like it. But that's all I got. That's all I got for new
Alright.
releases. Nothing really too crazy here. But
Cool.
I
Those
guess
all
that's
sound like
it.
winners.
I guess that's all I got. I played all my cards now.
I don't know. It sounds sick, dude. I probably won't pick up any of those games, but they sound cool. I don't know. I play that
Well,
farming game actually does sound fun. I'll be honest.
really?
Yeah, it does. I
Not.
like games like that. I like games that are satisfying, and I like stuff related to farming. So
I gotta look up. Now I gotta look up what this looks like now. Hold on. We're kind of at the end of the podcast now. Oh shit, you're right. They are freaking farming like madmen.
yeah,
I
dude.
I won't buy this. But this is not my type of game. But
You can't hang, dude. Too intense.
it's too intense, dude.
Too
Once I have
spooky.
3 beers, I'm gonna be like going off and hitting trees and stuff.
Too many
So,
monsters.
but that's it, guys. That's all I got. This is the podcast. I'm sure it'll be a lot more structured next week once Jaden
This is
gets
the
back.
best episode yet.
All right, guys. Peace out.